launched my stationery brand on June 16, 2025, and I made my first sale on August the 24th, so that means I'm officially in business. But I haven't really talked about it on my YouTube channel yet because I needed some time to figure out how to integrate this new type of video, but I couldn't, so I'm just going to jump in right here, right now. So welcome to the first episode of Stationery Shop Stories. I'm aware that we're jumping in the middle and that it's a little confusing maybe, because where does this come from and where is it going? Girl, I don't even know myself, but we're gonna figure it out. I think it's best to start off with making a to-do list so that we know exactly what to do in this video, because I actually do have stuff that needs to get done. And then I'll catch you up, all right? So let's roll to the desk over here, like literally, because I'm in a chair with, what's it called? Wheels. So I'm just gonna roll over here and I'll see you at the desk. Bye. Say hello to my Hobonichi cousin and my to-do list for today. I realized as I was making the list, there's different tasks that would take me all over the place if I were to just start doing them randomly. So, for example, I have to update Etsy, I have to create social media ads, I have to update my Shopify store, I have to wrap new products, and that is not going to work because I have a main priority, which is my Not So Secret Journal Club. I have to finish all the snail mail letters today, so I am going to bundle all the snail mail tasks, do those first, and then the other tasks like packaging up the new products, ads, updating the Shopify store, we'll do that later. I just know that if I do everything that I need to do for like a single subject, so in this case doing all the snail mail tasks together, I can keep going much faster and I'm also more productive because everything I'm doing is linked to each other. And if I constantly have to switch between subjects or different type of tasks, it can slow me down because I have to recalibrate, reset my brain, and focus on a new thing. So if you're like me, you might love that you can bundle tasks that belong to the same category, subject, or product in my case. So today is just gonna be snail mail tasks. And of course, I've got my trusted green marker because we are gonna keep track of the things we already did, like a mail check. I updated my journal, made my budget list, updated my planner. So we got that to-do list down, and it's a little bit more than I thought I needed to do. I'm rapidly learning so much about what it's like to run a stationery business now that I'm actually doing it. It's like insane. I was like, oh, all of these moving parts, like, I got it. And then I actually sit down to make the list. I'm like, oh, that's a lot. But we got it. We're going to make it work. So to catch you up before we actually get to the work part, let me tell you about the product that we're working on today. It is my Not So Secret Journal Club. It's a snail mail subscription for people who love to journal or want to get started. And it's basically the club that I was looking for but couldn't find anywhere else. There's lots of mail clubs and snail mail clubs out there, but most of them sell stickers, poetry, stories, or artwork, which I think is a great idea. But I'm a minimalist, so I don't want to just send you stuff because what are you gonna do with all of that stuff? There's only so much you can do with like 10 pieces of artwork. Like your whole wall is gonna be full eventually, and you might be able to give some away, but at the end, there's probably a lot of stuff disappearing in a drawer. So I was like, I want to do snail mail, but I want to make it practical. So my Not So Secret Journal Club is more than just snail mail. It's actually a growing deck of journal prompts that you can pull from whenever you need inspiration for a writing sesh. So what happened is I came up with the idea to create journal prompt cards. So this is the one for October. We're doing a little bit of dark academia, Halloween, moody, inspired, fall theme inspired vibes. So this is very dark academia right here, right here, right here. So on the back of this card is the actual journal prompt card. And this is a journal prompt straight from my Not So Secret journal, which I've been curating and optimizing for years. So these journal prompts are actually helpful. It's not the basic stuff like, what's your favorite color? Write down your goals for the year. Like, that's cute, but you can Google that. So if you're interested in journaling and going a little bit deeper to really design your true life, plan new adventures, and create an aesthetic that fits your personality, you're gonna love these prompt cards. So eventually, as long as you're a member, you'll receive a new prompt card every month. So eventually you'll have this really big deck. And I also love the idea that once you have your deck coming together, you don't have to endlessly doom scroll on social media just to get like a spark of inspiration to get yourself into a writing session. You just literally turn off all your devices, grab one of these journal prompt cards and start writing, because they give you a bit of focus, they help you reflect, they help you laugh about things that you thought were so serious but were not that serious. They help you muse, plan, and think of new insights that you've never really came up with before. So these are just so helpful, and I'm really happy that I came up with this idea. Because journaling needs to go back where it came from, which is your favorite desk with a cute little candle on at night. I mean, we're going into fall weather. It's gonna be so nice and cozy. Or at your favorite cozy cafe with that wobbly table that's just like annoying, but also you really want that table because that's where you do your best writing. Or basically any other place where you sit down and journal and write and archive things for years to come to create something that lasts. So I hope you like my idea of creating a deck by receiving these monthly journal prompt cards. And it also comes with a gift and an inspiring letter and access to our online clubhouse because, you know, journaling, I love it, but sometimes it's a little lonely because it's like a one-person activity usually. And sometimes you just want to chat to some other people that like the same things you like. So journaling, stationery, planning, and that's why we also have an online clubhouse. So once you become a member of my Not So Secret Journal Club, you also get an invitation in the email so you can join online as well. So yeah, that is the product we're working on today because we already have one member. What? Yeah, I started promoting this, and on the third day, we got a member through YouTube. So I'm like, what? Super stoked and very grateful because I think it's a good idea, but people actually buying it really just, I mean, it means the world to me that I can now share my hobby with you. So yeah, you know who you are. Thank you. And yeah, I hope to add more members, maybe even you. And yeah, we need to get that first letter out. So let's package these up and finish our to-do list. You ready? Okay, let's roll. My main task for today is to make sure that the letters for my Not So Secret Journal Club are ready to be sent out starting September 11. So we need to get these cards ready. We need to print out the letter and put them in the envelope. I have 25 membership spots for October. So yeah, let's pack 25 envelopes with all of these goodies. Okay, so we've got envelopes. We have black ones for the October theme because I immediately thought about Halloween because hello, who doesn't? It's flipping October. However, I thought it was a little bit too on the nose to do something with pumpkins or little ghosts. So I started drawing ghosts for a sticker sheet. I was like, no. I think there's too many people doing those themes already. So the theme for my Not So Secret Journal Club in October has everything to do with natural changes. And that can be done in a very beautiful dark academia style way if you create that vibe. So it's like, let's do a black envelope for that vibe. We've got the journal prompt card, and we've got this secret card that no one has guessed yet what it is. And then all we have to do is add a letter so that I can explain a little bit more about the journal prompt for October and this card and how you can use it. And that needs to be in this envelope, of course. So we got to figure out how to do that in a pretty way because I don't think this is gonna cut it. I wanted to make it a little bit more luxurious because it is my secret journal club. So I want you to feel like you're part of something special when you receive this. So we gotta figure it out. So let's start off with not hole punching, but corner punching all of these cards because they originally came with straight edges. Can you see that? Like square edges. And I don't like that. I don't think that is chic. So we need to corner punch all these corners to make them look beautifully round, like these cards. That just looks so much better.
Yep.
Just gonna take my time also to do some quality control to see if all the cards are okay, because sometimes printers do make mistakes. The worst thing I could find are little smudges or ink that hasn't really transferred well enough to the paper, but I guess it looks really good right now. I haven't seen anything I don't like. This is why I hate printers. They never do what I want. Look. It didn't print at all, and I know for a fact that the whole cartridge is full. Ugh, this makes me want to murder printers. I think I fixed it. Oh my god, it worked! It worked! Also, I gotta figure out, now that I finally have a mock-up print of my secret letter, how am I gonna make sure that this fits in the envelope? Because it's A4 size. So, maybe I should make it smaller, right? If I just make it smaller, I can cut down the sides. And then you're gonna have a bit of a narrower, what kind of word is that? A narrow letter that I can then fold around the A6 card. Like so. I see people folding it like really nicely. Let me figure that out. Real quick. Okay. Okay, so I could fold like this. My folding skills are apparently non-existent after not working with my hands for years. Like, being a business consultant and a marketer was fun, but this is part of the reason why I want to start a stationery brand, because then you actually get to use your hands. It's good for your fine motor skills, which are apparently now very much lacking. Okay, so I think I figured it out. I need to make these letters slightly slimmer, because then I can still fold it around the journal prompt card like so, but it would also fit the envelope. I figured out the sorcery. So I gotta make smaller letters. Okay, got it. All right, I got it. Because then you can open a letter and be like, wow, ooh, journal prompt card, and a gift, and a secret letter. Yeah. Okay. You guys, I don't even care where this is going or if it's gonna end well or not. I'm just having such a blast putting this together. You don't even understand. This is basically just such a dream to be doing this. Just to figuring it out is fun. Okay, smaller letters is what I gotta do. So I gotta go back to InDesign and figure it out. I was able to narrow down the letter to a 6 width. Like so. So, if I print all my letters like this, they're more slender. And then I'll just leave these cutting marks right here, can we see? And then I've got my paper cutter, which unfortunately can only do one sheet at the time, but I'll invest in something more or bigger later. I can size it down. Let's see how that goes. Okay. Oh shit. That was not smart. Okay. I cut off the cutting line, so now I don't know. Okay. I'm learning though. This is what I find so interesting about running my stationery brand. The amount of things I'm learning that I always thought were gonna be like, super easy. And now it's really just challenging me to use my brain in a different way. And I really, really like it. Okay, so this is annoying. It's supposed to hold A4 and it doesn't. What? So now I need we need to cut. Now let's see if this letter folds over the A6 card, because that's what my whole challenge was. So if we do it like this, right? Yes. Okay, so that works. See, the A4 was too wide. This is actually a little too narrow. See, because there's still a little bit space left. I could make this a little wider. Interesting. I ended up tinkering in InDesign again because I wanted to get the size and the dimensions of the letters right. I'm not very good at math, and I sometimes have trouble with seeing or visualizing what certain measurements would look like in real life. So I actually really have to print things to see what it is and how it looks. But I figured out the right size, and because my paper cutter just wasn't cutting it, I just started cutting with scissors, and that went even faster. So I do really want to invest in the future in one of those bigger industrial paper cutters, because it does take a little bit of time, but with some tea and Pretty Little Liars in the background, it was actually fun to do. It was very therapeutic, actually, to just sit, cut, and do this repetitive task that eventually ends up in something beautiful. The cleanup obviously is less fun, but it did result in 25 perfect intro letters that I can now use to create the snail mail letters to send out. And I also took some quick product pictures and a lot of other tasks. I also made a My True Life post, which is the name of my stationery brand. I ended up making the ads for Facebook, Insta, Etsy. I also did a TikTok ad, but that one sucked. Actually, I also edited Etsy at night, replaced the banner, made ads. Now it's time to assemble all the secret letters. So I'm just going to make a little bit of an assembly line. Wait, let me do this correctly. First of all, we need the journal prompt cards. Everyone gets one. This is the gift. It's an oracle card that I designed. I think it fits perfectly with fall and October. Everything witchy and everything tarot. So this is the raven. If you pull the raven from your journal prompt deck, it's going to give you some ways to think about changes and how you can use them in your advantage, because that is what ravens are known for, if you really dive deep into what they stand for. So that's kind of cool. And then we have all the black envelopes. These are so pretty. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but they have this really soft texture, and they just look very luscious and very luxurious. So we have to fill 20 envelopes. But since my snail mail letters are personalized and we only have one member at this moment, I also have to make sure that the name gets written on the journal prompt card. And of course, the secret letter, because we're going to personalize everything. And I've filled this Jinhao fountain pen with this Calico ink. It's a really nice, deep, dark caramel brown ink. And I haven't used it before in any pen. So I was like, I feel like this shade would really match the shade that is in the journal prompt card design. See, that has a bit of brown. I was like, yes, style choices on point. But listen, I've learned from my mistakes in the past, okay? So we're not just gonna start writing without doing a little pen test, because I know myself. It has happened before that I would put down the pen on the page and then I would ruin it. Because, for example, a whole ink blob would fall out. So we're just gonna do a little ink test in my little bujo here. And then you can also see the color. Wow. Oh, it's still a little blue. That's weird. Probably from the previous ink. Well, maybe I should just keep writing. See, this is why I do little pen tests. Because I was counting on brown, now it's blue. Okay. Okay, so either my house is really haunted in the spirit of Halloween, or I changed the inked cartridge myself, but suddenly there was blue ink in here, and I know for sure I put brown in, because I even have that on camera. So either I changed it later and I'm just going absolutely crazy, but we finally have some brown. Oh my god. So this is my test card to see how the ink will flow. So let's just do my own name. Oh my god, this looks really good on this type of paper. Wow. Okay, so now I can do the name of our first member, which starts with the R. Can't tell you her real name because privacy reasons, but we've got one, so we're gonna make a card for her. I'll just do that off camera for her privacy. But at least we know that the ink works on this journal prompt card. That is awesome. Okay, so now we have to prep 20 snail mail letters. And I think at the beginning of the video I made a mistake and said we had 25 membership spots. It's actually only 19 because 5 of the snail mail letters will be for giveaways and PR purposes. And I already sold one membership, so we only have 19 left. And this is my first snail mail letter, so it is a limited edition. So yeah, once the 20 spots are sold, well actually 19 left, they'll be gone. There won't be any more of these journal prompt cards or these gifts. And yeah, then we're gonna have to make new ones for November. So, as I'm prepping some of the envelopes, I'm not writing names on these yet because I don't know who the new members are going to be. I don't know who I'm going to send these envelopes all the way from the Netherlands. I can't wait to see which people from which countries are going to be in the club. It's going to be such a blast. So yeah, let's just keep going. Okay, so as I'm folding these snail mail letters for October, I realized that I want to use a different shade of paper next time. I want to use something a little bit more creamy so that it really looks a bit more softer and a bit more, how do you say that, a little bit more romantic, a little bit more luxurious. And I also realized that if you get the envelope and you pull this out, like so, this might flap open. So I want to find like a cute little sticker that I can put here so that it doesn't just all fall out. Plus it just looks a lot cuter than having this sheet of paper greeting you when you open up the envelope. All right, my lovies, we've done it. We've got 25 letters ready to roll. And yes, these are limited edition, and I just also filmed a TikTok. That's why this one has the white ink on it, because I wanted to show what it would look like when you receive it. Like so. I almost forgot to show you my member wall. So this is a little piece of wall next to my desk, as you can see. And I thought it would be cool to hang the first letters of our members' names on the wall so that I know who I'm sending the letters to. For me, this is also a fun way to see, hey, these are the people that enjoy what I do and I want to do it extra well for them, to make sure that all of these envelopes contain the best little goodies and gifts every month. So yeah, I thought I'd share it with you because I think the member wall is just going to be so awesome once it's filling up. Sometimes I have no words for what I do. In this box are the new health tracker journal inserts for ring binders. And I threw this box in the trash, like in the trash pile. I almost threw out my third and new product. I'm really tired. And now, just, don't do what I do and throw your new products away. Thankfully, I caught that because I couldn't find the new inserts. I'm like, where is my new product? I'm like, oh, I almost threw that box away. That's like a lot of dollar bills that I almost threw out. Anyway, just a little sneak peek of the new product. It's the new health tracker, or no, not the health tracker, habit tracker. It's based on the habit tracker that I showed you guys in my Hobonichi weeks. But this one is for ring binders. Right now, it doesn't have the punch holes in it yet because I have to do that. Let's do that together in another video. I just want to give you a little sneak peek. But yeah, you can use this to track all your habits exactly the way you like it, customize your graphs and everything in your ring binder. So we'll talk about this in the next video. But this is a new product that'll be coming out. And this is perfect for people who plan in ring binders, which is what I want to start doing. I think I've bought my last Hobonichi for 2026. And then I'm going to go over to my own planning system. And this is going to be part of it. So this is actually just a little sneak peek. And the paper is so good, baby. It's so great and luscious. So yeah, we'll start wrapping and packaging these up in the next video. Speaking about the next video, that will be a Hobonichi unboxing because I did buy a few Hobonichi things. And I'll show you what it is in the next video. If you want to see more stationery shop stories, definitely subscribe and like this video because it tells me what you like to see, yay or nay. And if you do decide to become a member of my Not So Secret Journal Club, I'm gonna send you snail mail all the way from the Netherlands, personalized from me to you. And if you sign up for the quarterly subscription, which is 3 months, you get a little discount because I think anyone who decides to join is flipping awesome. But if you decide to sign up for 3 months, I will give you a little discount because it's a bigger commitment, and I want to thank the people who give me at least 3 months of their time to serve them with awesome snail mail and journal prompts and gifts and inspiring letters, because it gives me a bit of steadiness and something to work towards. Blah. All right, so the link is always in the first comment under this video, and then I'll see you next week on Sunday with my Hobonichi unboxing. And in the meantime, stick to your plans. I'll see you in the next one.